Hi guys, this is Starcraft and welcome back to yet another Starcraft English commentary. We're still watching Sacsri versus Cop as part of StarcastTV Starleague round of 32 Group G winner set. This is set 2 and the second game is going to be played on the map Retro here. Sacsri is the white Zelle located at the top left corner of the screen. His opponent Cop is the red Terran at the top right. Looks like we have a forward barracks versus a 12 hatchery. But Sacsri is not going to go for a forward barracks, excuse me, it's going to be just mineraling up to go for a fast command center off of one supply depot. So both the players are opting for something very econ oriented here. No early cheese shenanigans from either of these players. Now, I want to talk to you guys about movies because one of the most anticipated movie of this year, Oppenheimer, by what's that guy's name? Christopher Nolan is coming out, I think like tomorrow or something. So if you have the chance to go and watch that movie, please do. Although I don't have high hopes for that movie, unlike the hypes we're seeing on the media, because usually Christopher Nolan is known for thrillers. He's not known for dramatic pieces. I mean, like straight on drama. So unless he invents some stuff, I mean, I haven't read the book that the movie is based on, so I don't know if it has some kind of thriller element or not. But yeah, this seems like a straight up autobiography of Oppenheimer the man. So if that is the case, I don't know how much materials can be gathered from that book to make like a convincing Christopher Nolan-esque piece. So anyways, his previous movies have all have elements of surprises and twists and turns and all of that stuff. Yeah, but anyways, I hope it will be a nice movie. Definitely you should check it out. It has like IMAX showing, so if you like IMAXing, please go ahead and do that. There's some other movies in theaters near me, like Mission Impossible 7 and Flash. Oh my god, so terrible. But I like Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3. That was, oh my god, SCV dead! What's happening here? Looks like, the cat became the mouse and the mouse became the, I don't know, the insect or whatever. Because, one of the SCV inside of Cop's base died, and this other SCV is going to die as well. So he lost 2 SCVs for nothing or something, right? Did I see that correctly, or did Sacsri lose a drone? I'm just so busy talking about movies. But anyways, yeah, there's some nice movies that are coming out, like that movie I told you about, Oppenheimer. And I've been thinking about going to start reading a book, 100 Years of Solitude by, what's his name? Something Garcia Marquez. He's a Colombian writer. And he's the most translated and most read Spanish speaking author of all time. He's won a Nobel Prize as well for literature. And the book 100 Years of Solitude is considered his magnum opus. Or Magnus Opum. Magnus Opium, I don't know. What's the right term there? Probably not Magnus Opium. We have Magnus Carlsen, but definitely not Magnus Opium. Yeah, so I'm definitely gonna be reading that book. I consider reading it in my native language or English or another language I speak. So, have you guys read that book? Do you like it? Because I've read, what's the other one that he wrote? Love in a Time of Cholera, and that was amazing. That was excellent. That was fantastic. So definitely looking forward to read something more. And many people have said that 100 Years of Solitude is even a lot better than Love in a Time of Cholera, which is basically a soap opera. So anyways, looks like third hatchery, or rather 2.5 hatchery coming down for Sacsri. Okay, this is a Goliath-based build, I think, from Cop here. This vulture is getting food. Okay, it looks like, where's the spire? Okay, the spire is coming up now. So this is 3 hatcheries inside and then a 4th hatchery outside. So a little bit greedy, I would say, for Sacsri, but he can do it because he's a better player than his opponent. But what we're going to be looking forward to is the mid-game push from Terran. Once he survives the initial onslaught of mutualist harassment. In this spawning positions, Sacsri have a huge advantage. Because he can go directly into his enemy's main, and he can also just take a detour and go into the front and stop the medic marines from going out very easily. So Looks like 6 vultures got morphed. One of the vultures got left behind there. Hello. And now 7 vultures are going to be coming up together. We have 3 Goliath, a couple of turrets at the expansion, at the choke, and in the main. And double armory splitting. So this build is going to be all Goliath push, guys. SCV died though. That's very unfortunate, but we have a second SCV just standing by momentarily. So that's great. Attacking the engineering bay. Goliaths probably don't have range just yet. They're gonna start to have range soon. One Goliath dead already, but one Mutualist died. I think there's only 7 Mutualists remaining, and a lot of them are pinky, or rather purplish, so they won't be surviving the next battles. And we have even a Starport going on. So Cop is not missing a beat, man. He's, you know, taking up fast, and I think once he get maybe a Valkyrie, or is he gonna go for Valkyrie or Science Vessel? It looks like Burrow technology is done for the Zerg player, so he has a great idea what his enemy is located in and when is the movement. That is poor Overlord management from Sacsri, losing it from afar by a couple of Goliath shot here. Then the Goliaths are still just sitting out inside doing nothing. Okay, looks like we have another factory coming up. So this is gonna be Goliath, tank, and possibly a Valkyrie or Science Vessels. Sacsri knows this, so he's gonna just rush to Lurkers and Defilers, and I think he would stop with the Mutualist production now, because the value of that troop just diminishes over time. So yeah, why is it a current commentator pointing out the situation with the gas station there for the Terran player? I'm not so sure. Maybe they're just an abundance of SCVs on gas. 2 vultures with speed come out, and the base at the other location, 9 o'clock, is in danger. But these vultures gonna try to get inside the main. 1 vulture died. The other vulture will take a couple of shots. 1 shot, 2 shot, 3. He's gonna go and hide in the corner. He does a good attack and kills 2 drones. That is great, man. He needs to know that this base is up, and he has a sense that there's something there, because why the heck would you have some Mutualist guarding the entrance and just all vulture with speed? What is this kind of build? Goliaths and switching into vulture with speed. Very interesting builds here, but look at the amount of Zerglings providing free vision everywhere. We might even have another command center, a hidden command center in the bottom side, which is interesting. Alright, looks like for the time being, Sacsri is content just to sit at home here, and definitely we're going to be seeing Science Vessels coming up. A hidden command center. This might be providing a lifeline that Cop needs, because not a lot of weak players are brave enough to go for hidden command center against stronger players. So, by the way, I have something on my face. I'm trying to talk while touching my face, and so it's, you know, it's affecting my voice. Anyways, +1 weapons are done on the Mutualists, but now minefields have been plotted, so that means equal vision for both of these players. Mines covering all of the areas, and Sacsri will need to transition back into Hygialist at some point. Triple vultures coming out, just, you know, roaming around like it's their father's backyard, and so many Mutualists, man. This number of Mutualists is very high, but we don't see the additional attack. Or finally, we see what Hygialist then, an additional base. But we don't see, you know, like Queen's Nest, for example. And 1 irradiation from this Science Vessel is going to kill the entire flock. So I don't really enjoy that kind of build from Sacsri, but he's catching up in supply fast, man. He's got so much supply. Looks like that turret will not complete. Yeah, it dies instantly. Another turret dies, and a nice irradiation. That was crazy amount of irradiation. That's like more than the atomic bomb, man. And these Mutualists are all purple, pinky for the time being, not purpley. But what is Sacsri doing? I don't think he's definitely overcommitting. He might try to attack the Science Vessels. He takes out the Science Vessels. But yeah, all of the Mutualists die, possibly. Even with +1 weapons, I don't think. Trying to target the weaker Goliath. That's great, but bye-bye Mutualist. And the battles, the game just kind of even out. And what are these Hygialists doing? He's going to morph into a Lurker maybe. Okay, hidden base, start to get additional gas now. You need a lot of gas for this Terran build, man. It's not like the bio build. You just need crap tons of gas. And with the Mutualist negated in the air, then just 1 turret in this base would have just defended against any threat from the air. You would need a lot of Hygialists to come down and assault that base. Okay, look at this, guys. Mutualists trying to come out to go for scouting, but immediately go back. So now we're going to be having the first major push from Terran here. Mine sees everything and goddamn everywhere. We have an overlord starts to come out, and we're going to be seeing some mine clearance in the middle of the field. But the game starts to get exciting now. We need to see the upgrades in the Terran army. I would say very high at this point, because armies have been spinning for a long time. Probably 1-1 already and heading towards 2-2. Mines being laid around the perimeter just to make sure that this base in the 6 o'clock position is not discovered. And the Zerg goes directly for the Terran main. The siege line had been drawn here. Hydralis, we need the help of something like Queens. Okay, suddenly 4 vultures appear out of nowhere, and they take out a lot of Hydralis, but that's not going to be the important thing. They need to go for the drones, but one Sunken is buying so much time. We need to put some mines here on the field. Looks like Sacsri attention is kind of split, and fine, he's gonna start to converge it. This is gonna be a mistake, man. You can have even 4 controls group of Hydralis, but you cannot assault this position with 4 tanks and a lot of Goliaths protecting. So it looks like Sacsri argue against that, and he's just gonna be returning. And he needs to save his other hatchery as well. It looks like some overlords going around to hunt for stuff because he sees a lack of the third base of the Terran player. You know what, when you go for this kind of hidden base, you need to be prepared for your 4th base very fast, so that you can trick your opponent into thinking that that is your 3rd base. We have some drops there, vultures or something getting dropped in the main. How can 2 vultures get inside there, and where's the dropship? Very interesting. But anyways, Cop is catching up in supply, and he's about 20 supply ahead now. He's got a lot of mech balls in the middle of the map. But he needs to push. I mean, the position he's holding has no strategic value. I mean, it looks cool and all, just standing in the middle of nowhere. But you need to go and, like kill things, break stuff. I would say more vultures coming through. They're gonna go, yeah, they go right inside the main. Just a single vultures with speed. They're very fast, and they go for more drone attack here. 2 drones down already. Sacsri is not managing the situation well. It would be not wise if he builds like a Sunken somewhere in his main. A lot of tanks are amassing, and Sacsri thinks he's ahead, but he's not ahead. Oh my god, losing 2 more drones. That is the 7th drone loss, and Sacsri, oh my god, he's completely lost it. He doesn't see what the situation on the screen. He has another Hydralis coming out. He's forced to pull back all of his Hydralis just to save his drone line, and now he does. But yeah, after the situation is over, Sacsri is down by about 25 supply. He still has a good surround, man, but this surround means nothing. It's just this vanity in the air. You need more than just a surround. You need to take out bases or prevent your enemies from taking bases. And hidden base from his enemy is doing a lot of justice. And looks like finally Cop says, I have enough economic power behind this. I'm gonna go for the push. Where's he going? I don't know. He's moving towards the top right corner. He's going towards the 12 o'clock position. Yeah, he's standing in the middle of the map here. He's coming out with all tanks and science science vessels. Looks like just 1 drone on the 2nd gas, and this might be hurting Sacsri a little bit. He needs to kind of manage his econ a little bit better here. This huge Terran ball is coming out. Do we have... Oh my god, this base doesn't even have a single turret. You have all the times in the world you didn't build any turrets. That's really ridiculous. All of the Hydras start to go there, and SCVs are getting moved out here. But the huge Terran army is moving in and completely eclipsing the huge army from Sacsri as well. Sacsri's army is split into 2 groups, and he's found himself in a very terrible situation here. The other group is going for counterattack, but there's nothing to counterattack upon. He can try to take out the potential base at the 3 o'clock position, but that means nothing, man. We have another counterattack on this side of the map, but we have enough Terran, I think, to defend. Looks like it's going to be a base trade. It's definitely a base trade here, because there's enough Terran army to bust through the entire Zerg line, but there might be just enough Hydras to do the same thing. All Goliaths are coming out. We don't see tanks. There's no tanks inside of Cop's base. He starts to make some tanks on the high ground. This mindset is going to be falling, but if this contained from the Zerg can be held, then Sacsri will be completely mined out. He needs to take out the command center. Go for the command center, man. Looks like Cop has decided to turn around. He says, I have enough to hold this area. and he's gonna be assaulting the base at a 9 o'clock position. If this if the 9 o'clock position falls, then Sacsri at least is to have 2 mining bases, but his enemy will have just 1. Yeah, 1 barely mining base when the base inside of the main of Cop is very close to dying here. But we have some tanks sieging, drones getting pulled, but they're gonna get assaulted, and all of them would die. Goliath need to move out and clear this, this area in the middle. The command center needs to get floated back. Looks like Sacsri is having the poorest stick here, the shorter stick of the batch here, because supply-wise, Sacsri is down to 108. He needs to bust out of his main. He needs to have his main also clear out. Queen's Nest is coming down. Do we have Hive? No Hive! So he will need to be remaking the Queen's Nest later if the game goes to late game. I mean, this is kind of a very strange scenario for both of the players here. Hydra start to come out here. And they will try to surround this Terran army from both sides. But I bet those units are +2 upgrades. So very strong and beefy. And he knows exactly his next target. His next target is going to be the bottom left base. And this base is very far from the the main of the Zerg player, and also very far from the Terran main. Oh my god! Finally we have the baby making business, otherwise known as ruling. All of the tanks are dead, saved 1, but all of the queens saved 3 died as well. And we're gonna have another siege position down here, but that is a little bit too far forward. The Goliaths are not protecting, and finally they're gonna try to come and protect, and 1 tank died. No! The Matrix at the last minute, and Goliaths are just plowing through, man. This is, oh, but so many Hydras and no more tanks in the air. Excuse me, on the ground. All of the units from Cop died there. Goliaths versus Hydras isn't a good idea, but if he can push through, he will be able to assault that other base. The command center is getting lifted towards the 3 o'clock position. This game is so close to the wire here. The last of the Hydras knights on the base at the bottom left is going to be falling. There's no way to save it because there's just a single hatchery. He won't have enough time to make stuff. If he goes for Lurker Egg on the ram, he might buy some time, but it's not enough. Where's the counter attack from Zerg? Looks like not enough units to make anything. He's gonna have to transfer probes to his new base, his remade second base here. This base is gonna be falling. Sunken, just buying some time, but supply tells a different story. Sacsri 47 and Cop 117. So the hidden command center bought a lot of time. These Goliaths are falling though. That's great, but what's next? Because look at that huge line of Terran reinforcement coming across the map here. This command center is taking a long time to go and do some reinforcements, and the drones, looks like Sacsri have not enough drones to even saturate his new base. He's forced to make just army units here. Doesn't have the Hydrogen, and already got destroyed, so it doesn't even have the technology. Maybe I'm not so sure if he rebuilt his Hydrogen or not. Why do we have Scourges here? Very interesting. And this base falls. He is hiding some of his drone there along the mix, but that's not going to be fooling somebody like Cop. This base fall. Sacsri is down to 31, so we are looking forward to the climax here. The final set between these two players. Counter attack by the Zerg player might be great. The Terran army will be returning. So, oh my, move drones towards the new base. Yeah, that is a very healthy, fresh base, man. Hydra is going to be walking to the minefield. Completely useless here. Hidden Zerg base at the bottom right. But it's not going to be enough. He's going to try to mine just a little bit. But that's it. Sacsri GG, and the score is tied up 1-1. Thanks for watching. If you like the cast, feel free to buy me a coffee. The link is in the video description. Have a good day. Bye-bye.